Latinos Out Loud podcast. Latinos, 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 Latinos. Yeah, that's what it is. Latinos Out Loud.
Hello, it's your girl Rachel La Loca, and I have such a special treat, un regalito. I love summer regalos, I really do, and it's not just because my birthday's in the summer. I am so excited, about this series that is coming out on Apple TV Plus on on June 4th, and running every episode a week until July 23rd. But the very funny series all about golf, which you guys know I'm like recently into, Stick, is coming out, and we have two of the stars of this show, Peter Dager and Mariana Treviño, are here with me. Good morning.
Hi. Thank you for having us.
Hey, Rachel. Thank you.
This is so funny. You guys, I was not into golf until recently. I have this like great new boyfriend. Well, it's not really new. It's like a year and a half in, and he's into golf. And like we've been going to the driving range. We just went to Top Golf. You know that place that's all over the country.
Sure.
Oh, so much fun.
Yeah.
I'm terrible at it, but like I want to talk about your golf skill set. But first, welcome to Latinos Out Loud. It is so nice to have you. Mariana, I met you at the premiere in New York City for A Man Called Otto. Years ago.
Yeah.
And
2
Tom
years
Hanks.
ago, something like that. Yeah.
Everybody was there. Tom Hanks was there. His wife was there. His son was there. It was really incredible. And it was over at the Familia at the Meredith studio downtown on the west side of Manhattan. Oh, that's so cool. I did a thumbs up and I saw a thumbs up. That's so cool. I didn't even know Riverside could do that. Technology. I was really moved by your performance in that film.
Yeah, she's incredible in that film.
She was incredible. And what a heartwarming film. Anyway, congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
And both of you have such like impressive backgrounds here. Peter, we know you from Insidious. We know you from The Red Door. We know you from Who Invited Charlie. We know you from Criminal Mastermind. I did a little research on you too. I'm not a stalker, I promise. But it's just very nice to talk to both of you with and talk about skill set in golf, such experience in the business. So tell me about your excitement with Stick. This is coming out Wednesday. So this is it. This is happening. What's going through your minds?
Yeah, well, I'm just really excited for people to see it because talking about it, it does it sort of like an injustice. Like we can try to talk about what it's about and give you a glimpse into what the story sort of touches on, but really watching it is a different experience. So I'm very excited for me to just kind of be like done with talking about it and just have it be seen, because I want people to take whatever they want to take away from it, see whatever they want to see, feel whatever they do feel, rather than talking about like what you might take away. Like I'm just really excited for people to sort of personalize the series and make it their own story and have it affect their lives how they want it to. So yeah, I'm really excited for people to just sort of see it.
That's interesting. It's like, let's just not talk about it. Let's be about it. You know, can it come out already?
Yeah, but also, I mean, it's such a, like we filmed this a year ago and it's something that we lived through and it's an experience that we had and we know what it was like. And then you got to kind of keep it a secret for like 8 months, and people like your family asks you about it and you can talk about it, but they don't really understand it. And it's just like the best way to really understand what we all lived through a year ago is just watching it. Like truly, we can talk about it, but watching it is just the best way to see what we did every day for 5 months.
Although I must say, that also talking about it in these days that we've been doing press has been super enjoyable.
It has,
too, because that kind of brings back our memories of what we did. It brings back, all the thematic things that were there while we were doing it.
Yeah.
And you kind of analyze the very like complex content that the series has, it talks about so many things, and it's really interesting to kind of ¿cómo se llama? Desmenuzar eso, to just kind of bring it forth as well.
Yeah.
For me, it's been like, wow,
y vernos
just
otra vez,
thinking about
like seeing each other. I haven't seen her in such a long time.
Yeah, of course.
Aw.
No,
And
seriously,
it's been great.
it's amazing,
Yeah.
verdad que sí.
Yeah, yeah.
So it takes place in Indiana. Peter, aren't you? Don't you reside in Indiana? Did I
No,
read that correctly?
I'm from Miami. I'm born and
Ah,
raised in
he's
Miami.
from
Oh,
there.
So
okay.
I'm not from Indiana, but much love to Fort Wayne, Indiana, where the series is
Yeah.
based. Yeah.
Tell me about, as two Latinos, how was their culture shock? Like, how did it feel? How did you adapt to life in Indiana for this series?
Bueno, we shot in Vancouver.
Mm-hmm.
So we shot in Canada. But really, we our house in Indiana is in the suburbs. I think we live a pretty quiet life. And our father in the show, her husband, her ex husband is American. So and it's a very sort of quiet life, and it's I don't think there was much of a thing to get used to it. We just kind of settled into it from the get. The house felt very real for
Yeah.
us. The way of life. When we meet these two characters in the show, they're both working their own jobs, and that sort of normal day to day life that the average sort of American has. It's a very accessible feeling. It's nothing
Hmm.
really crazy to get into.
Hmm.
I had a feeling you weren't actually in Indiana, but like you have to almost change your mindset wherever you shoot. Like, okay, mind, we're in Indiana right
Oh,
now.
for sure. Yeah, yeah. You
Yeah.
have to play with the house, with the
Yeah.
suburbs, with the car, with the dogs, with the
Hmm.
clothes we're wearing. You have to make everything feel very real. But the lucky thing about this show is it all when your production team and when your writers and when your directors and everybody's so on top of it, as an actor, when everything around you is set up to be believable, your job is so easy. And I think we got very lucky, especially starting out, that the world was just created so well for us.
Yes. Yeah. Really.
Yeah, so you mentioned that this series touches on a lot of themes, themas. I mean, one of which is mental health, which I always love seeing projects that have purpose because Owen Wilson is going through it, right? Like he's going through a hard time,
I
and
like
then
the
he
space that you get into, like right when you're about to drop something. Owen Wilson is going through it. Like I love
I
it.
am so New York, you guys. If you haven't already noticed, I am Brooklyn born and raised. Forget about it. I'm so New
Ah,
York.
okay.
Forget
Okay.
about it.
Yeah.
Forget
That's
about it.
yeah.
Pero bendito, he's going through it. And
Yes.
then, he's got a great thing that happens in his life. But, like, did you guys feel that? And how was it, like, maneuvering around that? And tell me what it's like to be part of a project with purpose.
Mhm.
I will say, before Mariana gets into
Sí.
this, hay una escena en el episodio cuál, creo que es el 6. In the 6th episode, there's a scene between Mariana and Owen by the fire. I think it's one of the best scenes in the show. So if you can make it to that episode to see two great actors talk about grief, pain, sadness, the past, you should definitely get there. Owen is marvelous in the show, and everybody in our show has
Impresionante.
their own battle. Elena has her own fight. Santi has his own
Yeah.
demons, facing their past, accepting it to be able to move forward in life. Everybody sort of has a
Mhm.
turning point in this show, no matter what age, what status in life. Like all 5 of us, I feel like go through something
Yes.
in this show.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. And even if the sole purpose, like the purpose of this golf experiment, with these people that don't know each other, this makeshift family that's gonna like hop in an RV and just go into the big outdoor, and then just in the middle of nowhere build this makeshift home,
Mhm.
sense of home, bringing the small elements of our own
Mhm.
lives and putting it together and see what that looks like. And I think that this purpose that they all embark on, como dice Peter,
Mhm.
is gonna detonate personal purposes as well, and it's gonna detonate inner transformations that come from the challenge of taking risks and just putting yourself to a situation that maybe you don't know what the outcome is going to be, but that you just have
Yeah.
to do it, like golf itself, right? Like golf is such a sport that you can, no matter how much you calculate it, there's always like this whole
You
inner
can try to predict
strategy,
it.
but there is always a part, a slice that is not predictable
Mhm.
because of all the elements that you're dealing
Right.
with, and the outcome is not
The
100% controllable,
variable.
like in life. But I guess that's why I love when it says like take a big swing, because this is the purpose, right, in life. And we all go through that. We all navigate having maybe you don't have a very specific purpose. The actions are going to give you your purpose.
Take a big swing. That's so relatable. And that's such a blanket statement applicable to life. We'll talk about a big swing. Santi has this like powerful swing, this powerful shot. Like, tell me, are you a golfer, Peter? Did you have to learn?
Yeah, I had to completely
good.
learn. I never grew up playing it, so as soon as I got the role, it was 2 months of training every day, and by the end of the show, I started getting comfortable, and most of those swings are mine. So it's
No way.
yeah. Most of those swings are mine in the show, so it's my actual golf swing, and but that was 2 months, and by the end of filming, it was 6 months in total of like golfing every day. So yeah.
See, he really got into it. He was practicing. He was doing the shots. After, digo, ¿cómo se llama fuera? O sea, outside of the
of
the
the shooting,
filming, the
yeah.
shooting. He was always finding the spots where he would go. We would go film in this town, and he would find the golf course there. And he was really committed.
Yeah.
In creating that like authentic relationship with the sport and what it feels like.
And
I saw you as your mom.
Yeah, and honestly,
Overseeing everything.
Mommy's always watching.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, mommy's always.
Ojo.
Oye, el ojo está
Está
bueno.
afilado.
Afilado.
Activado siempre.
Yeah. But honestly, like with Owen as our leader, I remember showing up to set, and I did not expect. You don't know how it's gonna be like to work with Owen, right? Because he's so legendary in a way, and
Yeah.
and we showed up to set, and the first day I was on the golf course. Like I remember the first day where I was on the golf course and I was with Owen and we shot a scene. I would just hear him go like, "Hey, let's do a closest to the pin challenge. Come here, Peter, come here." And he would invite us all, and we would all do like a little game in between the takes. And when I saw that Owen was that competitive with golf, when he cared that much, when I heard that he would go play 18 holes, to me, I was like, well, I'm not gonna work less hard than him. I should be working harder because he's got it all. I got to prove myself. So the fact that I heard he was working so hard, it made me be like, I've got to get even better at my golf. So his leadership really, and hearing his journey with the game only encouraged me to go more into it. He was a great leader. I think Mariana, we can all attest to it. He was a really good leader.
Yeah. In every sense. Yeah.
That's lovely. Okay, let's talk about life on set. Can you share a memory with us that you have? A vivid memory, a fun time, a challenging time? What comes to mind?
A memory on set.
We just had such a miserable time. It was so bad.
That is a lie. I can tell that's a lie.
And
Es mentiroso ese hombre. Es mentiroso. Uh-huh.
we had really nice, like in general, like a really nice time because the connection was so candid and so genuine, and that we were always having like these joyful moments of being there, under the sun and in these beautiful settings.
It was like camp. It was like summer camp.
Yeah, exactly.
I do have a story though, and it's funny because in every interview I can come up with a new story because there's like so many of them. But there was one day towards the end of filming, I think Mariana will remember this. I think it was episodes. It was I think it was John already by this point, 9 and 10. There's a scene. I don't want to spoil anything, but where we're all eating. No, it might have been earlier. I don't know what the scene is, but it's like we're all eating at a picnic table outside. And we shot this scene. It's nighttime in the show, but in reality, it was like 2 a.m. for us. So it's 2:30 in the morning. We're shooting the scene. We've been shooting the scene for a very long time because it's all 5 of us. So it's 5 different coverages. And there's not really a story other than the experience of being, for me, with Lily, Mark, Owen, and Mariana, with these lovely people. By now we had been shooting for like 2.5 months. We all felt more comfortable. And in between every take, no one went to their trailers. Like it was 2 a.m. and people were tired, but we all stayed out there. There was a fire. Owen and Mark were talking. Owen and Mariana, Mark and I were talking. Everybody would just sort of switch off, and we'd shot that scene for like an hour and a half, and everybody would just love to talk and tell stories and laughs. And we were very close with the creative team. So there was a guy named Chris who was always on set. Jason was around. It was just like we didn't, there were moments where nobody really wanted to go back to their trailer. We all really got along very well, and I think everybody had such a great time making this project. It's a very wholesome project, so it sort of bleeds into your reality making it.
Yeah, I agree. Totally. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Me acuerdo ese
That's
día.
lovely. I mean, I have to say, shout out to Mark Maron. You had a podcaster on set, so of course he's gonna talk and spark conversation 24/7.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
He's one of my podcast heroes. I
He
look
like,
up to him. You know,
he
he
like,
legend.
he is.
And every time we went into the scene, everybody was his fan. Like all the
Yeah.
crew, all that were like,
Everyone loves him.
yeah, yeah.
He's cool, man. And he told us a story about how he started it. You know, it's the podcast game is no joke. I mean, there's so many voices now to stand out. Props to you, Rachel.
Thank you. Do you know that Apple has registered over 2 million podcasts? That report just came out. There's so many out there. And thank you for that shout out. I'm now teaching podcasting at the college level. And it's just incredible to be a part of an ever changing space that has so much impact. Mark Maron is a culture shifter through the conduit of his podcast. I like to say that Latinos Out Loud is also providing a platform for artists and megastars such as yourselves to not only speak about the projects that you do, but how did you get here? And that segues into my next sort of portion of questioning.
Look at you. You see that? That's why you're.
Sí,
Look at that.
exacto.
That
That
transition. Es que
exposition,
mira
that was
esta.
beautiful.
This is a pro right here.
Sí.
All your students are like, that's my teacher
Yeah,
right there. Yeah.
exactly.
I am like la reina de segues. I love to segue. It's like the improv and sketch comedy girl in me that it's like, we're going to make this as seamless as possible, as seamless as a dress that my mother made me in the Dominican Republic. Okay. So I want to talk about your past. Give me a little snippet about the journey to get here and how you maneuver show business and Hollywood as a Latino, as a Latina, as, you know, being in a space where we're still sort of underrepresented. Give us a snapshot of your path to this point.
Well, I think like I don't know, like as an actor, I think that we're all out there a bit. I think all actors are a little bit como nomadic, the nómadas
Nomads,
in nature. Like this is part of our career. This is part of like we have to kind of like keep walking and just pick up our stuff and set a new reality and then walk again and again and again, and we do these little mini lives where we're telling these stories that but they become our life too while we're living it. And I think um, even though we get through different experiences to what we have to live and the characters that we have to do, the lifestyle in the base is very similar. You have to be very detached in a way of many things, even fame and even the hunger to make it and to all those things that come with the idea of a career. And you always have to go back, in my experience, to the basic nature of what the actor is, including this nomadic kind of detached experience, right? But also cherishing what you learn in each place, because this, if not, it would be, unfulfilling and senseless for us as actors. So this is how I personally navigate, this space. Each character that comes my way, I try to understand it, to grasp it, and to do it to the best of my ability in that moment and understanding. And just all the experience remains, and we keep walking. And this detached manner has helped me kind of appreciate each moment without expecting so much. Whatever comes, I celebrate it. And but yeah, it has worked for me. And yeah, and as a Latin actor, as a Latino actress here, well, I'm just starting that experience. I've been very fortunate to have very good experiences in including this one that is like such a dream. I never expected to be part of a project like this. And then to find it such a fulfilling, joyous, and sweet experience, and to know how teams have been so welcoming. Not always does it happen, but in this case, we just had such a blessing of an experience, seriously. And as you were talking of Owen, how he set an example for you, I think he set an example for all of us on set. And he kind of brought us under his, he's like this beacon. He doesn't even know what he, he just
Yeah.
gives up so much sweetness and light. He, as an actor, is so complex and so smart and really so talented, because he can do something of comedy so seamlessly and easy, and then he's so deep emotionally, and so that connection, I think, kind of got to all of us, into the cast. And he was set the tone, the emotional tone for everything, and we all felt very welcoming, and the hearts were like open there, and
Yeah.
I think that's how we all worked. And so I'm very grateful for that. And I've been here in Miami too. I had with doing some series too, and I just love also to be able to bring what we as Latino community are into a project,
Yeah.
because we're part of the culture too. We have been assimilated into this country, and I love that the language we get to do in the series is also English, because when you go and live in a place, you also take the language and it becomes your language too,
Hmm.
a version of that. And so that assimilation and that part of navigating both cultures, at
Yeah.
once is very relatable to so many people, and such a reality. And it's just an honor to be able to habitate that and express it
Yeah.
somehow.
Yeah.
Ay, that was so eloquently said. Thank you for sharing your
Sorry,
mindset. It that was beautiful, Mariana. Thank you for sharing your mindset, and also I feel the orgullo, and that's beautiful. Peter, how about yourself?
Well, I'm not as experienced as Mariana, the legendary Mariana Treviño. This is only my third sort of professional job as like a young adult. But as how I've navigated myself through the industry, I can't really attest to it yet because I just haven't had that experience. So I'll talk about this experience specifically, which is like my first time playing a Latino character. Um, I just think you don't get many shots as a Latin actor to do a role that combines your history, your family's history. I'm a first generation American, and then also the world you've lived in as a young American growing up in Miami in this country. And when I found out that I got this role and I got to speak Spanish and have her play my mother, um, it was a dream come true because it was a mending of both of my worlds.
Mm.
Um, and I will say, as a young actor, you don't have many shots. Um, there's a lot of luck, but luck, what it is an opportunity. It's a moment that gets presented to you. So, as a young actor, as a young Latin actor, what I would say is just like make sure you can't control when that opportunity is going to pop up in your face, but if you consistently, daily, if you want to chase a dream, if you want to go chase something and you every day do something about it, when that opportunity arises, which you cannot control, it's on some other time, but when it does arise and you are ready, that's when the magic happens. So there's luck in the opportunity, but then it's your talent, it's your hard work, it's your
Right.
dedication that matches that moment, and then you get to portray a character that is so rich and so beautiful. So I never really imagined that this young in my career I would have a role that I got to speak Spanish. I got to, talk about so many things as a Latin actor, but then also incorporate my true existence, which is I was brought up as an American. I lived in Miami my whole life. So, but I'm very proud. I'm very proud. I was telling Mariana when I was a kid growing up in Miami, I was kind of shy about being Latin. I wanted to speak English. I wanted to assimilate. And as I grow up as a first generation American, I kind of see like, I'm so proud. I like, why didn't I
Yes.
want to speak that Spanish? Why was I running away from that? And I think I got to embrace it a lot and learn from it all over again with this show and appreciate it on a deeper level. So,
That's
yeah.
great. Qué padre. Great.
Ay, that was so well said. That was
Yeah.
magical in and of itself. Thank you for sharing that. You guys, with respect of your time, I just want to tell the LOLeros, which are our hive, that please tune in. Let's support this wonderful project and these amazing actors on this show. Stick is a 10 episode, it has a 10 episode season, and it will make its global debut on Apple TV Plus with 3 episodes on June 4th, which is in just 2 days, followed by a new episode, like I said earlier, every Wednesday through July 23rd. Mariana and Peter, congratulations. Felicidades. We want you to continue to win. We are watching and applauding. You're both hitting hole-in-ones. Keep it up. See what I did there? Okay.
That's what you did there.
Could you
thank
tell...
Thank
Oh,
you.
a la orden. No, un placer. Please tell the LOLeros where they can follow you on social media.
LOLeros.
LOLeros. I only have Instagram. My Instagram is at @Dager_, DAGER_.
Ujú. Y luego el mío, LOLeros, es... Ay, ¿cuál es el mío? ¿Quién sabe? Ah, espérame, un segundo. Ah, ok. Es soy... At, primero, ¿no?
Primero.
Ok. Luego, soy M. Treviño.
Perfectly said. You guys, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you for having us on, and this feels like a very warm, cozy family that you've
Yes.
sort of brought up here. So thank you for
Congratulations
inviting
on
us
that.
and accepting us.
Yes.
And LOLeros, I hope you enjoyed the talk. Thank you.
And the show.
Thank you.
Watch it. Thank you, guys.
Yes. Thank you so much. This was lovely. Let's take a picture because even though we're not in the same room, I could do a quick snapshot. Okay, ready, you guys? Here we go. I've never done this before. Let's see if I can do this. Okay, ready? Say cheese.
Cheese.
What just happened? ¿Y qué es eso?
You just got
Okay.
blocked by the balloons. You just got blocked by the balloons.
El DH, I love balloons, pero this is kind of
Why
crazy.
doesn't it do it for us? You got the thumbs up and balloons and
Bueno, porque tengo la magia.
La brujería.
Brujería buena, okay? Brujería buena. Okay, here we go. Let's try that again. No balloons. I'm just gonna, because I talk like a Latina, so I'm always like this, and so it's reacting to like
Balloons
myself.
and champagne y todo. Okay.
No champagne. Okay, here we go. Cheese.
Cheese.
Epa. Thank you so much. This was so fun. So fun. La puerta está abierta. Please come back. We want to talk about your projects and keep celebrating your wins on Latinos Out Loud. Un placer.
Eso.
Muchas gracias,
Gracias.
Rachel.
Buenas
Thank you, Rachel.
tardes.
Buen día.
Gracias todos.
Have a wonderful rest of your day, you guys. Thank you, Cassandra. Wepa.
Adiós.
The podcast.